Hello everyone, welcome to EduTerrain and a warm good evening to you all. So it's been long, the 3 days also it sometimes becomes so long. So with after a break of those 3 to 4 days, today we are going to see our next report. See, last week I had planned for 5 reports, right? Of those 5 reports I could complete 3 only. So the rest today and tomorrow I'll take, and from Wednesday we'll start a new series. Okay, so thank you very much once again, and with this let me start. And today we are going to see another 2 reports which again are very important for your examination. That is for NABARD के लिए हो, RBI के लिए हो, सभी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स के लिए ये दोनों रिपोर्ट्स इंपॉर्टेंट रहेंगे. 1. The corruption perception index for the year 2023, जो very recently it has been released in Jan month only, and the other is a logistics performance index, जो भी again it is of 2023, but it was released in July 2023, though it has been in news very recently in Feb only. That's the reason we have included that as well. See, and that is the latest in series, and the next one would come somewhere around July, August. So for that time you have to go through this itself. Okay, Arpan. See, when we talk about ESI, static part would be 15 to 20% at max. Almost more close to 80% would be your current affairs only. That would include your regular current affairs associated with your ESI regular topics. After that, the schemes, reports, indices, all these would be important. Okay, but yes, for having a basic understanding of the topics, until unless you have that, it would be difficult for you to understand the current affairs also. So I suggest you at least give a reading. Okay, and if you have complete understanding of the topic, उसके ऊपर जो भी आप डालोगे, मतलब current affairs related of pertaining to the same topic, it would be very easy for you to understand. Hope I am able to make a point here. So yes, it would be important, though उसका weightage कम है. When it comes to marks, for your understanding, it would be very important. At least 1 reading and 1 revision would be sufficient. Yes, Arpan, hope I was able to answer your query. Excuse me, I'm still having cough, so there might be disturbance in between. I'll try not to. I have been very careful, but still. Okay, so coming to the corruption perception index, the first one. So these are my credentials. You can go through it later as well. So the release of corruption perception index for the year 2020, that was the news. When who publishes that every year? That is published by the Transparency International. It is an organization, not-for-profit organization that publishes this. And when was this released? Very recently, that is 30th Jan 2024. And for the year 2023, it ranked 180 countries. कई बार the number of countries would be थोड़े से कम थोड़े से ज़्यादा हो सकते हैं, and for the year 2023 it has ranked 180 countries important and territories around the globe by their perceived levels of public sector corruption. So what is the perception of the public of that country regarding the kind of corruption that country has? Accordingly, they come up with this scoring on a scale of 0, which means highly corrupt, and 100 very clean. So 0 it would be highly corrupt, and 100 it would be very clean. 0 to 100 scores it ranks. After that, based on that, ranking would be given. Now, what is the major feedback that was provided when the report was released? They have clearly said that majority of the countries have made little to no progress in tackling public sector corruption, and this is what the statement made while releasing this report by the Transparency International. Okay, now what are the key facts and figures associated with this report when it comes to the world? First, we'll look at the details related to the world, then we'll look at the details associated with India. Okay, so the report has to say that more than 2/3 of countries, whatever that these out of 180 countries, more than 2/3 of the countries have a score below 50 out of 100. So you can understand, 0, very close to 0, it means they're highly corrupt. So strongly suggesting significant corruption issues in those countries. And if we look at the global average of all the countries, 180 countries, if they have taken the average, it was close to 43, which is almost the same as the previous year's report. Okay, there is no much change in that. Now, who are the top performers here? It is Denmark, which has secured the top position for the 6th consecutive time. Very, very important. And it had a score of 90 points. So you can understand the kind of very less corruption that Denmark has. After that, Finland scored second with a score of 87, and New Zealand ranked third with a score of 87. Okay, now who are the bottom performers? When we talk about the key facts and figures associated with this report owing to the world, we have to look at both the top performers and the bottom performers as well. So the bottom performers include Somalia, least rank with a score of just 11. Okay, next is Venezuela, Syria, South Sudan, Yemen, where the scores were 13. Just last but one you can say. नाउ ये हो गए हमारे वर्ल्ड के जो भी डाटा है, फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स है, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट अगेन. Excuse me. Now, when it comes to India's performance, what is India's rank? It is 93. Rank is 93, and when we look at last year's ranking, India has fallen 8 places in this index to 93 as against 85 for the year 2022. So you can see that we have not fared well when compared to the previous year. India's overall score in 2022, it was 40. Okay, and now this year the overall score is 39. This would be very very important. The score is 39 and the rank is 93. बिल्कुल आप उल्टा कर दीजिए, 93 you'll be able to remember. Score 39 and rank 93 India का. ठीक है, mnemonic sort of you can use. Now, what was the significance or what did they mention in this report? So they have said, given a relatively stable position, there is no much difference that it could make. See, scores, though rankings, that is because of the number of countries that have participated and the number of countries that have scored accordingly, we have we have been ranked at 93. Last year it was 85 and scores also very close. So hence they prevented any conclusion or any significant change. So they didn't find any change or any improvement in the corruption perception index when it comes to India. Okay, now what they have done is, along with this country's reports, they have also mentioned that the average corruption perception index score, 2023 score for different types of governments. So you can see wherever there is full democracy, there are 24 such countries there. You can see the average CPI score is 73, which is very high, very close to 100. So here they wanted to highlight the importance of democracy. Okay, so wherever there is fully democratic country, they observed that the rank, the scores are really very good. When it saw that flawed democracies, here the average CPI score was 48. And non-democratic regimes, where 94 countries are there, authoritarian etc. regimes, there the average CPI score was 32. They haven't mentioned anything about India, कि India falls under which of these democracies, but last year's democracy index, excuse me, last year's democracy index that was released, democracy index 2023 का ही है, released by the Economic Intelligence Unit, which is a research and analysis wing of the Economist newspaper or the newspaper group. As per their relevation in that report. They have classified India as the country with a flawed democracy. Otherwise, in this report, in the CPI report, there is no mention of anything about the kind of democracy that India has. Okay, so please be very, very careful. Otherwise, as per the earlier other report, India's is flawed democracy. Now, world का देख लिया हमने, facts and figures, we have seen that of India. Now let's have a quick look at the performance of the India's neighbors. India's के neighbors किस तरह से perform किए. China, it ranked 76th, better than India, as it has undertaken a rigorous anti-corruption campaign resulting in the punishment of over 3.7 million public officials for corrupt practices in the past decade. That is, in the last 10 years, it seems that they have been running and rigorous anti-corruption campaign, and they have also arrested so many officials who were found to be corrupt, and this has led China to rank 76. Bangladesh rank is 149 because it is trying to come away from the least developed country status, as its economic growth contributes to ongoing poverty reduction and the enhancement of living standards, but still the corruption is a little bit on the high in Bangladesh. Excuse me. Now, next comes is Pakistan. It secured 133rd position, while Sri Lanka obtained 115th rank out of the 180 countries, and we all know both were reeling under the economic challenges, political instability, individual debt burdens and all that. But one thing they have highlighted in the report, that the Supreme Court of Pakistan, it has bolstered citizens' access to information by broadening the entitlement under Article 19A of its constitution to include institutions that were previously restricted, providing them with some sort of, you can say, openness or some sort of belief in the system. So that they have highlighted that, okay, though they are reeling under all those and the corruption is also high, but still the country, it is trying to come out of that with various what you can say, initiatives or policies. One of that being that under Article 19A, it has included various other institutions that were previously restricted, where the information can be accessed by the citizens of that country. Simple एक example दिया उन्होंने. Okay. Now this is about the index, India's neighbors. Now let's have a look at the corruption perceptions index का एक table देख लेते हैं. So here Denmark, as you can see here, number 1, Finland 2, and India, here they have given the score. This is not the rank, 90 is the score here. This is all the scores. You can understand based on that which has ranked first. Okay, and here India, where is India? India has scored 39, no? So it should be somewhere here, India. From India itself, it has entered into red. So the lighter the color here, as you can see here, they are least corrupt, and the darker the color as it moves forward and becomes red, reddish, dark red in color, that is the highest corrupted country. Okay. So this is about the corruption perception index 2023, and this is about the Asia Pacific, under which India falls, as you can see here. And if we look at this, let's see what rank India has got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16th rank. So you can say bilkul between 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Out of 31 countries in Asia Pacific, India has ranked 16th in the same corruption perception index 2023. ये भी important रहेगा. You must be wondering कि यहाँ तो 75 है ऑस्ट्रेलिया का, फिर ये तो थर्ड रैंक हो गया दोनों का. If that is there, then they'll skip the fourth rank. Directly now Japan would be of 5th rank. So in that case also India would be 16th rank only. Okay. Yes. So this is all about the corruption perception index 2023, where we have seen when it was released, who released it, what are its objectives to make understand how countries are faring in regards to corruption, because the lesser the corruption, the more would be the development. Next, we have seen how they have scored, that is what score they have taken, and what are the top countries in this, and top performers, I should say least performers kaun se hai, what is the position of India in the world, and what is the position of India's neighbors, all that we have seen. Okay. Excuse me. Now moving to our next report, that is Logistics Performance Index 2023. This was released in July 2023, but very recently in Feb 2024 there was an article on this. Why there was an article on this? Because government was portraying what kind of work it is doing in relation to the logistics. What are the various programs that it is running, what are the various initiatives that it has taken. As part of that, they have highlighted the Logistics Performance Index 2023 ranking, how India has fared well, how it has actually fared well over the previous years. Okay, so that's the reason we are again highlighting this, because this, since it repeated, it's very close to the exam. Event Logistics Performance Index Report 2023, it is a 17th edition, and this is not released yearly, it is released biennially, that is every 2 years it is released. 2016 में एक बार रिलीज हुआ था, 2018 में रिलीज हुआ था, एंड अभी 2023 में रिलीज हुआ. Okay. Excuse me. And the theme that they have, or they have highlighted, they haven't mentioned it as a theme, but the report title, you can say, it is Connecting to Compete. I should say it here as title as well. Title of the report, Connecting. They have said Logistic Performance Index Report 2023, Connecting to Compete. Okay. It is published by the World Bank, released in July 2023, and it is conducted every 2 years, and is based on the perceptions of a country's logistics, rather than here asking the citizens or something how it is done, or various data like we have done in the Corruption Perception Index. Here they have categorized, they have some indicators, 6 major indicators, which are categorized into 2 categories, and based on the data that they receive from various countries related to these indicators, the ranking would be given. Okay. Now, in this report, it presents the latest view on trade logistics performance across 139 countries, and the overall score gauges a country's logistics performance on a scale from 1 to 5. 1 represents low performance and 5 indicates the high performance. So here in this case, it is 1 to 5 score that is used for ranking the countries. Okay, and as I said earlier also, it is done through 6 components, 6 indicators, which are grouped into 2 categories that include areas for policy regulation, indicating main inputs to the supply chain, that includes the customs, the infrastructure, the services that they provide. Okay, so next I'll show you the 6 indicators. There the number is given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hence the 1, 2 and 4, they fall under the areas for policy regulation, indicating main inputs to the supply chain. As you can see here, inputs, these are the inputs, that is whatever the policies that are taken up by the respective country. Now after that, there should be some output. What are the output? What is the cost, reliability, time, all this, and this includes supply chain performance outcomes. So based on the inputs, the kind of customs they have, the kind, that is customs matlab rituals nahi hai here in this case, customs officials, customs organization, etc. the kind of infrastructure, the kind of services, and how that is releasing the result or revealing the output. That includes the service delivery performance. Okay, so these two are the categories. And customs, infrastructure, services quality, timeliness, international shipments, tracking and tracing. So that include here. The efficiency of customs and border management clearance, how efficient the customs department is. Okay, the quality of trade and transport related infrastructure. If the infrastructure is good, obviously the time taken for that, for example a container standing at the coast or wherever, that from where in the port or in the station, how much time it is taking, how much fast they were able to load it, all these depends on the infrastructure. The ease of arranging competitively priced international shipments, how they are able to fare well in the pricing part. The competence and quality of logistic services. The ability to track and trace consignments. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि everything is done on paper. एक बार release हो गया consignment, until unless it reaches the other end or at least one of the hubs, they will not get any data on that. Okay, so that the frequency with which shipments reach consignees within the scheduled or expected delivery time. So timeliness. So these 6 components or these 6 are the indicators based on which the ranking is done. Okay. Now, when we look at the ranking here, the logistics performance index, Singapore stands number 1. And if we look at, see, 6 indicators we have said, no, customs, infrastructure, sorry, ये थोड़ा आज परेशान कर रहा है. Infrastructure, international shipments, logistics competence and equality, timeliness, tracking and tracing. Okay. So based on the scores that they have received for that particular country, they give it the ranking. So Singapore stands number 1 here, Finland number 2. So Singapore का score कितना है? 4.3. Excuse me. Okay. यहाँ सिंगापुर का स्कोर है 4.3 एंड फिनलैंड स्कोर इज 4.2 विच इज रैंक्ड सेकेंड. डेनमार्क्स थर्ड रैंक विथ 4.1. नाउ लेट्स लुक एट इंडिया. इंडिया's rank is 38 with a score of 3.4. Okay, if you look at the customs part, here we got the score of 3 with a rank of 47. It's almost on the same. 47 here also 3.2. When international shipments, it's 3.5 with 22 rank, and logistics competence 3.5, 38, timeliness 3.6 score, 35 rank, and score 3.4 tracking and tracing, and 41 group rank. So here on the average, if we take, India has got 38th rank in this. Okay, with a score of 3.4. Important. If not for all, at least for India, go through these data. Okay. Now, India ranks 38 out of 139 countries. How did it fare? Well, because as I said earlier also, very recently government has released a data saying that India has improved over the previous years. Yes, it has improved. 2018 जो ranking हुआ था, there India has ranked 44. From that, in 2023, India has ranked 38. So, from 44, it has improved to 38. Okay. So, six ranks, it has improved, India. अगर 2014 वाला डाटा लेंगे तो from 54 to 38. Latest 2018 का है. And the report also has observed one thing in very specific manner, that the top 12 scorers, whatever the scorers that you have seen here, the top 12, they all belong to high income economies, not middle or the low income ones. So you can understand that based on the performance of the economy also, it impacts the logistics ranking. Why? Because of the kind of infrastructure, the kind of work they have put in. So Singapore with a score of 4.3 is at the top, and it has held this position in 2007 as well and in 2012 as well. And of the top 12 scorers, 8 are in Europe itself, and all of those are of high income economies. After that comes Hong Kong, China, the United Arab Emirates and Canada. Now, since I have highlighted earlier also that government has come up with a press release that we have improved our ranking based on whatever work that we have done. What is that work that government has done? What are the various initiatives that government has taken? That is, Indian government has taken that helped India improve its ranking in this particular logistics ranking. Okay. Now, those include: 1. Launching of the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan for Multimodal Connectivity, which was launched in 2021, and National Logistics Policy in 2022, with the main aim or objective of improving logistics efficiency and reducing logistics cost, for which a portal was also created, and various ministries have been brought under one umbrella, so that whatever the infrastructural projects that are being taken up, they should be completed without any hindrance. The movement, etc., from one department to another, everything was formalized under this particular plan. Other than that, digital reforms such as Unified Logistics Interface Platform, it was created. Now, what is this? It is a digitized track and trace of 100% containerized EXIM, that is export-import cargo, that are presently operational. So this will help where exactly is the cargo, and that is based on that only one of the components, one of the 6 components is a tracking and tracing ability. There India has already fared well, it has already done its part. That also helped improve its ranking. Okay. Now, the line of ministries that are, all of those ministries who are involved into this logistics part, like your railways, roadways, और कौन से हो गए, ship Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, they also are doing their own work in their relevant fields in order to improve the ease of doing business and also improving the logistics part. One of that is the expansion of electrification of railway tracks by the Ministry of Railways. Land Ports Authority of India has reduced the average export and import release time through various interventions. It is earlier, once the cargo is received or it has to be dispatched, there was lot of work that needs to be done before it is released. Okay, now they have reduced that time by introducing various instruments into that. National Logistics Portal Marine, which is a single window interface platform for port related logistics operations. This is majorly to reduce the bureaucracy and to increase the transparency. Now, who has done this? This was launched by the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, National Logistics Portal. Digitization, in simpler terms, they have involved or they have incorporated lot of activities associated with the digitization that has helped in this matter. Okay, automation of weighing bridges is also in progress. So this is all about the Logistics Performance Index 2023, wherein we have seen who has released this report, why they have released, what are the various indicators that they have incorporated or they have considered while coming up with this ranking, and where does India stand vis-a-vis the world, what are the various initiatives that are taken by the government of India which helped us improve the ranking over the last few years. Okay. So this is all from my end. Now the forum is open for your queries, questions, comments on today's session, any suggestions that you have, all are welcome. Yes, I request you all to please like this session and share this session with your friends as well, so that they can also benefit. And I had received a suggestion कि schemes कब start करेंगे. Very soon we'll start. I'm working on that only. Okay, these sessions would be there in the evenings. There would be one more session exclusively for schemes only. Okay, just give me some time. We'll launch that as well very soon. Yes, any questions, any queries, comments? Excuse me. And one request to you all, please subscribe to the YouTube channel as well as the Telegram group and channel, so that whatever work or sessions that we are doing, you will be able to get the notification on time. Okay, कई मैंने अभी ऐप भी डाउनलोड कर लीजिए, because I have already uploaded lot of content on that now. And okay, as I've said earlier, जब मैंने launch किया था EduTerrain, I have said that I'll be providing जितने भी courses launch किए, in every course I will provide you with 3 chapters for free, so that you'll have an idea about the content, the quality of the content. But now I have made it to 4. Okay, ESI के तो already 4 chapters मैंने upload कर दिया है. उसमें 2 chapters का classes भी हो गए already. Only 2 chapters are pending. That too in Feb month. That we'll do. And ARD का भी हो gaya hai, 2 chapters complete हो गए हैं, 2 more chapters are pending, that also I will complete in a couple of days. And the second important point, I have uploaded the study plans and the deliverables of each of the courses on the app. If you have any doubt, what would ma'am provide in these courses, or what kind of content will we get in these courses, please go through those study plans. कोर्स में जाके आप, मैंने उसमें लॉक हटा दिया है, you can download it easily and go through that. Excuse me. Okay, since I'm not getting any queries, I'm winding up the session here. Thank you very much once again for being so patient and being with me throughout the session. Thank you once again. So see you all tomorrow with yet another interesting session. Same time. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Good night.